Good morning, Lagos, and welcome to Sports in joining Valentine and my in the studio, Onojaife, aka Tega Supreme. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome. And we want to welcome all of you, our big sports fanatics, or you just want to stay updated, or you just want to impress Bay this weekend. We're here to help you do, of course, about the latest sports stories over on our Twitter by using the hashtag LockerRoom981 or send a message to our WhatsApp number. That number is 08090981. Now, we're also streaming on YouTube, so hello to everyone who's out there in YouTube land. Please feel free to send us your comments on our YouTube live stream. And if you're wondering how you can watch us live on YouTube, type into your search engine right now, www.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Or just search Smooth 91 FM Lagos in the search box. That's it. Now, our first story, let's talk about bad. He contribute 10 million US dollars to women's organizations, but he will not face stemming from what NBA Commissioner Adam Silver called, and I quote, disturbing and heartbreaking allegations of harassment and violence towards female employees within the organization. The league announced this on Wednesday. Now, there's more to this story, guys, because on Wednesday, the NBA responded to findings from an outside law firm that spoke to 215 current and Mavericks 6 million documents, emails, and text messages. An investigation proper workplace conduct towards 15 female employees by Usuri, including inappropriate kissing conduct by former employee Chris Hyde, including inappropriate of a sexual nature, and viewing and sharing of pornographic images and videos.
Yep.
Yes.
And Mark Cuban is claiming he didn't know that all. Mark Cuban is it's so hands off with one hand.
So basically
And
says that
then
you allowed this culture
yes,
to grow
and
there.
then he's telling me that he didn't know that all this was going on year after year. He would have heard one comment. He would have been there when a remark was made. He knew it, and he just, in fact, I'm almost certain that he knew of it, but he just said, "Well, this happens
Yeah,
normally.
just
That's what
that's
he
appalling.
that so now he's only going to pay. He asked me scot free because
Yes,
once
yes.
you happen and thrive in your or under your leadership, then you have become an accomplice. You might as well have just been doing it yourself. You might as well just be the one sending the emails. You might as well be the one making the might as well be the one forcibly kissing. I don't care how, now he looks very contrite and remorseful. I know Mark Cuban. There is nothing. Look, that's an act. He's a
He's just looking
I'm
remorseful
telling
because he
you,
got caught.
he's an A actor. Remorseful. He just looks remorseful. That's what it is. And it's not working. I'm not buying it. I don't think that paying 10 million is enough. He's rich. His smallest startup company can afford to pay 10 million and still survive. So you just told him to put his hand in his back pocket
Yeah,
and sort out
Some
people's
change.
lives. 15 different women.
that's really
I'm
sad.
disappointed.
Of a five standing jinx in becoming the first man to be re-elected as president of Nigeria Football Federation (NFF). In his acceptance speech, Pinnick spent Muhammadu Buhari, Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, for that initially ask for more support, during which we aim to consolidate on our vision of building a sustainable football culture for our dear country and continue the great march towards ensuring financial independence for the NFF.
Oh, well, first of all, I say congratulations to on winning. yesterday. Yeah, that was the day of state of Maigari got Taiwo Ogunjobi got 2. Chinedu Okoye, however, who contested, did not even vote for himself.
Try.
0 votes.
That's tough.
How do you contest and not even
No,
vote
you should
for
vote
yourself?
for it. I think maybe he thought he was being sportsman, like, oh, I'm just
No,
gonna give,
actually.
Then
and
no
then he
contest.
now had no vote.
No contest.
That's tough.
How can you
Let
vote?
this be a lesson to us all.
No,
If
no,
you're at the polls, at
yeah.
least vote for yourself.
The least you can do.
At least, just in
Yeah.
case, so you don't end up
Maybe
with
for
this zero,
next time.
with this kind of zero tally. That's not
Is he
nice.
allowed to vote for himself?
Fuck your
Maybe he
voting,
did not
it's-
get the memo.
Excuse me, you can't be in the polling booth with me. I can vote for whoever I feel like voting for. Thank you so much.
You can vote for yourself.
Yes.
Which is more embarrassing?
You
get
don't
0
try.
or
Excuse me. No. Because 0 just means you were foolish.
Yeah.
with 2 eyes.
Truly
Then
foolish.
president also won his yesterday. So he won 41 of the 44 votes.
Mm.
This life.
Mm.
That's how
Landslide.
I'm telling you.
How
That
you
was
win. That's how you win.
that was an emotion. And for Chema, and if I and I think he thought he could use his money to move things in his favor. Unfortunately, he now he couldn't. So he decided to pull out last minute, and the electoral committee said, "No, you are not going to pull out." And
Joy.
he didn't get votes. So,
wow,
but the
wow.
elections have held, and FIFA have they sent their delegates, so they've recognized it, they've endorsed it. Even if one sports minister somewhere where there's supposed to be election, it's held. We have our president. Please, can we pay attention now to women's football? Thank you.
Yeah, very important. Even though that's to pay attention to Russia because they just have our attention. A decision to lift the suspension of Russia's anti-doping agency has been labeled treachery against clean athletes. Dun, 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 dun. So the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, has ended the 3-year suspension over alleged state-sponsored doping. You guys remember? WADA President Sir Craig Reedy said that the reinstatement was subject to strict conditions and that this decision provides a clear timeline by which WADA must be given access to the former data and cite the person. Now, 9 members of the 12-strong executive committee voted in favor of the recommendation at a meeting in the Seychelles, with 2 against and 1 abstention. That rather dramatic because obviously searchy as well. The greatest treachery. Is it the greatest treachery?
I think so. I think they got off easy. Because you have to realize Russia has still been competing.
Yes, under
under
Olympic flag.
You know, there's still been athletes competing. There's still been people failing drug tests again. Athletes, Russian athletes failing drug tests again. So you have the as said myself. I even think the 3 years was enough. You know, like how this is sports. Russia is too powerful.
That's what I was going to ask.
Russia is too powerful. Look, it takes one dinner date. We shall. Simple. But the problem say yes, they're back under strict conditions. What you want to do? Are you going to allow them to compete in straight jackets? What kind of strict what are you? So I guess at the end of the day, it's just that it was going to follow eventually. So I think everybody just falls in line.
Okay, we're about to take a break. When we come back, we'll take more of your messages. But first, this one in by Faith, who says, "Oh, Tega, you have a cold. Sorry. Keep warm and get some rest this weekend. Get some rest." While we've got this message
Shay.
from Emmanuel,
No.
who said, "Well, Shay, you Shay or Emmanuel? 2 people using the same phone, please. Respect us." And Folu, I smell 2 rats. 1, Chris Q as hibernating and loading. 2, Solomon DeLong maybe bound soonest. Take up, please. What is the gravity of Federer's injury? I beg.
Is it Joshua or Pinnick? or
Huh?
Joshua Povetkin.
Joshua now, Anthony.
Okay.
This is so bad. This code will do as if it will go, then it will come back. I will pay. Because I don't know when my nose got blocked. I was fine till I got here. He got 0 votes. So.
A big 0. Oh God, I don't know. No, friends you receive from your parents, and then you plan to pass on to your kids. Things that make you wonder if you're born into a normal family. And about that days you just want to delete your chatting app. I don't understand that one. What does that mean? Like what do I then say? What are the stories that are going to show up? Uh, what's crazy? Explain them? You've written these. I need explanations for these. I understand. I don't know what's the conversation around your chatting app. I don't know. You guys decide.
Okay, have you ever felt like deleting your messaging app because you don't want to, you're tired of people emotionally blackmailing you or whatever, or by the messages? Close-ended question.
Things to write.
It's a normal family.
Okay, class up, guys.
That's right. Every home deserves cereal. The new Golden One Pops available in 500-gram pack and 50-gram sachet for a nutritious and tasty breakfast. Get your kids charged up for school. Hi, this is Lettuce C.
How's that, guys? Just give up.
No.
Thanks. Who are you?
Love music, love life.
And we're talking sports inside the locker room here on Smooth 90.
Did you say he got 0 votes? As in none, nada, nil. He didn't even vote for himself. Chai, who has he offended in this village? In his village, there is God, Big T says. A bit mischievous, Big T. Anyway, so moving on to boxing. Anthony Joshua did believe world titles growing pressure Joshua defends his belt against Russia's Povetkin, who's 39 years old, at the Wembley Stadium on Saturday. He said, "I feel loads of pressure, tons of pressure. That's the reality of it. Even though I present myself as cool, calm, and collected, with the punches, find a way to win. The pressure has definitely feel like I have everything to gain, but pressure, 100%."
Yes, and he's right. I'm glad he's stopped, trying to deny it or push it aside. They really think that Anthony Joshua should easily defeat Povetkin. But as tricky as Povetkin can be, but there's a lot riding on this. If he loses, it will be his first ever loss. And he doesn't want to lose that record. So that record alone is it's one pressure. If he loses to Povetkin, there's still the likes of Fury and the Wada, and I'll be like, yeah, I told you he wasn't the baddest in town. So the pressure is mounting, and it's coming from all sides. And a lot of it is coming from within too. So I think yes, he's presenting a calm. He's letting the noise get to him. A lot of noise being made, and he's letting that get to it's more important for him to try and get Povetkin. Povetkin is a heavy puncher. Doesn't move as quick. The Joshua sees an opening, knock him out. Don't dance around. Don't give people a chance to enjoy their money. If you want to enjoy their money, they should go and watch a movie. When they come to the fight, give them a knockout. Let's go.
Alrighty, a few messages still have come through. Nathan Njoku up on Twitter says, Tega, how many tenures can the NFF president run for? Dalong Angiwa, by the way, should be arrested for intentionally undermining and dragging our sports backwards. Also, was the Boy Scouts at the elections yesterday? Questions. While Cruz, with raised eyebrows, says, Tega, did you say that our Red Beret claimed that he wasn't aware elections were scheduled? And Chimabi Victor from Alaba says, congratulations to Amarju. Okay, Amarju Pinnick for his victory. He should see how he can develop our women's football. He shouldn't just concentrate on male football alone. There you go. Up next, Juventus's Emery Khan has apologized for comments about Cristiano Ronaldo's sending off at Valencia, saying that there was no intention to degrade women. Ronaldo was dismissed during Juve's 2-0 Champions League win after appearing to pull defender Jason Murillo's hair. We are not women, we're playing football, Khan then said after the Wednesday's game, leading to accusations of sexism and calls for a ban on social media. But then he later said, everyone who knows me knows about my respect for women. In a statement posted on social media on Thursday, the Germany midfielder said he wanted to clear the air after his comments had caused some commotion. He said the comments were never focused on women. Intention was to stick up.
Somebody driving so lame, it's a woman that's driving. It's a woman that's driving that car.
Stop fighting like a girl, man.
Oh, why
are you acting like
why
a
is he
woman?
running like a girl? You
As
know?
though woman is meant to be synonymous with an insult.
Yeah, it's like women is supposed to on this thing. What was mystifying to me, I think at the end of the day, the referee gave the decision based on, of course, what the linesman who was closest to the action told him, because the referee wasn't in the direction of the incident when it happened. But my question, I may, if I were the one in the center of the, I may have, not a straight red, maybe. I may have, but astonishing is people were saying he was ruffling. He said, no, he wasn't. He's not his son. When you ruffle someone's hair, you do this. When you do this, you are somebody. He would have had a firm grip on that hair. And I understand that he had it. There wasn't even much of a contact. Then the guy falls as if he was fouled. So I understand why Cristiano Ronaldo was incensed. The guy falls as if he was fouled and was trying to roll around. And then Cristiano Ronaldo, like, my friend, gets up and then tries to pull him up with the hair. That's one, but that's long enough.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen other players yell at you to get up, but I've not seen people try to pull you up with your hair.
That's like puppy behavior, like when dogs pick up their children by the scruff of the neck.
That's exactly what he was trying to do. He was like,
have opposable thought. We can help people up.
He was like, get up in that anger. So, of course, at most, if you ask me, again, I would give a yellow. But don't say he was just ruffling. You say, oh, he just thought. You say that's nonsense. That's just that's you are entitled to your opinion, but you're not entitled to your facts. Those but what may be reviewed. It's viewed by UN. They will know if
more sport. Appointed and considered late on in their 4-2 Europa League victory over Vorskla Poltava. Now, Emerick Aubameyang scored twice, while Danny Welbeck and Mesut Ozil also got on the score sheet to put Arsenal 4-0 in front of the Emirates, but the Ukrainian side denied Bern Leno a clean sheet on debut. He said, "It is our disappointment today. We need to continue to improve in this because the last minute at Newcastle and today in the last 20 minutes, there were 2 goals, and our success and our challenge is to be competitive minutes each match, and it's one thing to improve."
Here's what I say about Arsenal sometimes. Defensive problem is make can solve this defensive problems today, because you make a goalkeeping change and there's still 2 goals conceded. I understand why we went 4 goals up and then we conceded 2 goals, so it must have been that we didn't play for all of 90 minutes. At the end of the day, we gave up and allowed them to come back into the game. I understand that, but even before or even in the middle of Arsenal scoring their goals, there were still opportunities for the other team to score. So I don't think it's I think there's something fundamentally wrong with Arsenal defensively, and I can't really place my finger on it because it's not just down to individuals, it's also style. Because sometimes they have bodies at the back, and yes, those bodies are not picking up this or closing spaces or closing down players. But sometimes match, all round Arsenal has better problem defensively. That it was not a bad result on the day. It just could have been better.
Wow.
Lots of messages coming in. This one has no name to it, so please put your names to your messages so they appreciate you. Phil says, I think that the Juve ref spoiled the match. His decisions were so bad. It was as though the ref don't get Ronaldo from mine since, but Perez was curtailing it, and now that Perez was given, it says, and I don't know your thoughts about women, so stop lying on my head. And Ade says, my Arsenal doesn't understand what it means to get a clean sheet. With very angry face there. And Adufe David says, a great morning, guys. Congratulations to Amaju Pinnick. He deserves to be there again because he's the only competent man for the job. And as for Victor Moses, he has next to
0944400981 on Twitter. I use that hashtag lockerroom981 on YouTube, youtube.com/smooth981.
Fine with this. What? Don't be doing any.
Sloppy City's cheap defeat against Lyon. Maurizio Sarri, European League could be a problem. Pochettino says only get the
Okay, no. We'll do the Man City.
Okay.
I just put up Pochettino's story to so that in case we have one last lap.
Okay, so
I didn't. I fear you pulled someone by the hair. So that's the first thing he could reach. He didn't. If he could reach his jersey, he would have pulled the jersey
Trust
up.
me.
But it was his head.
I've seen it even with guys when they have ponytails.
Yeah, once you have ponytail, is the first
It's
thing
like
you
having,
pull.
that's why for superheroes, like people who are comic book geeks are always joking that. Why do you have capes? That's the first thing
that they're going to pull.
Anything
Superman
that's
wants to
hanging,
fly.
even for anti-abduction,
Men have
let your that's to grab.
It's not a ballerina. You'll be dead. We're rolling. We're rolling on the floor. So it's because there's enough more women that have hair.
That's
So
just
enough
how you
women.
fight, yeah.
But Juventus need to sort it out. Last week your players spat at all. This week on our tomorrow they will scratch out towards eye. What is happening in Juventus? What are they doing in the trade?
Okay.
Everybody is singing this kind of
I'm telling you,
beginning
that's
with
awesome.
it.
It's so boring.
That's awesome.
Alright, we're in studio. Yes, stay tuned and stay locked because we are delving into our final sports story for this morning. So, man coach Mikel Arteta admitted that his side had only themselves to blame for one defeat against Day. He said, "We saw two very different halves. We conceded many counter-attacks, and at this level, you get punished. If you give cheap goals away, it is difficult. In the second half, we dominated and played and created. I could do it. We reacted really well. On another day, we would have come back. But the subs affected the game, but sometimes it is too late. It is disappointing. We are usually now win a
And at the end of the day, it's something they could do. But what it is Pepadilla has an opportunity to say, but I wasn't on the bench, that's why they lost. I couldn't really influence things the way I normally would. He was serving his touchline by stance. However, he did train his team all week, so part of it is your fault. But Man City put up a I'm looking for the word display. They put up a fill in the gap display. It wasn't nice, it wasn't cool, it wasn't just poor. They were beaten on the day by Lyon, and there were other counter attacks that if Lyon had taken advantage of, the scoreline would have been totally different. So your favorites to win every single game, you start off with a home loss, a home defeat. It can be very damaging to your psyche. However, but I can find a way back, bounce back, and get the results that I need. So let's see how we take it from there.
All right, a few messages here on WhatsApp. Kevin says, Arsenal, we have a crap defense, but we score lots of goals, so we just have to keep outscoring our opponents. It's going to falls Gunners and thoroughly entertaining for the neutrals. That's from Kevin. A message here on Twitter from KJ Chooks on Twitter says, Kai, Arsenal, you lose, you get bashed. You draw, you get bashed. You win, you get bashed. Now, wow.
honestly.
Yeah. Another one here from again, a game even with 4 goals. My heart was still in my mouth. I cannot roll like this year. Stop punishing us for being loyal. Shay said, I love the behind the scene. Folu stood up. I was starting like a campaign. Tega, we're left with the code. Please tell Victor Moses to come back home to him. But now that it's too early.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
On that note, we are done talking sports inside the locker room. Tega, we wish that you to get better. Just get some rest. Be well.
You.
Just be lovely. And thank you everyone who sent in messages and continues to join in the conversation. Don't go anywhere because there's more conversation and more great music coming your way in just a little bit. You are still listening to Smooth Breakfast. It is with Valentine.
And it's with Folu.
Have a great morning.
So that internet is